Can you see me okay? So I'm in a place called Llangollen. Specifically, I am at Bryntysilio Hall, which is an outdoor education centre. Mum is the centre manager here. So I did a mini day retreat here yesterday, and I can't move too much because the Wi-Fi and the signal is very glitchy because we are in Llangollen, which is like quite rural. But down there, you've got the Horseshoe Falls. So it's the River Dee that flows down there. So we are in, we're in Llangollen, but we're really close to a small community called Bryntysilio as well. So I thought, well, hopefully my internet will work, and hopefully we will be able to do this together outside with a nice backdrop as well, no less.
Yeah.
Yeah. How have you been? So welcome. It's the 1st of August. It's the first of our third month in the WOW membership, which is it's bonkers, honestly. It's I can't even believe that we've done 8 weeks together. I can't believe that we're already starting our third month. It's just flown by. I hope that you're all enjoying it, but I would love to just take a moment to again find out like what came up for you last month. What did you really struggle with? What were your takeaways? Feel free to share, put it in the chat box, whatever you're more comfortable with. Who wants to go first?
Last month seems like a long time ago, Sam.
It does, right? It does. It does seem like a long time ago.
I think for me, I've just been the last month and probably this month as well. I'm just going to be kind of out of my normal routine of how I kind of like to plan my days and my weeks. And and it's all because of lots of nice things that have been happening. So for me, it's that trying to make sure I don't have that mentality of, oh, well, I can't do it on Monday, so I won't do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. I
relate to that massively. Once I miss Monday, it's very easy to go, start week.
Yeah, exactly. So I think last month for me it was, I probably could have had a bit more consistency in what I was doing, just because some things I couldn't do didn't mean could not do everything else. But yeah, it was just one of those. But so for me, this month is, regardless of what's going on, I will still try and take time for me.
And it ebbs and it flows. So, don't feel like just because, it's like I said, I think actually to Rebecca and Lucy at the end of June, when that there was that feeling perhaps of overwhelm. And I know there's something every day, right? And I appreciate with that, there can come a feeling of, I have to do everything. You don't. The point of it being that there's something every day is that you can take what you need and leave what you don't. And that what you need and what you don't need will change, day to day, week to week, month to month. So, we ebb and we flow. So if for you, one week this month, you are at every class that you would normally go to, you do all of the lives, you are able to fit in all of your pre-recorded stuff as well, great. If the following week, what you need and what you're able to take as time for you as part of your commitment to yourself this month is, do you know what, I haven't got time to do that, but oh my God, I haven't taken any time for myself today, so I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea. I'm going to go and sit outside and I'm just going to be still for a moment and enjoy my tea and just, you know, enjoy this moment, that counts.
Yeah.
That still counts, because you've consciously given yourself that time, or you read a book, or just whatever it is in that moment that you're like, I'm gonna just do this thing for me, even if it's just 5 minutes. That still counts. So I really want to encourage that feeling and knowledge and acceptance that just because there is something available for you 7 days a week, that doesn't mean that I expect you to do something on here every day of the week. If you do, great. If you don't, great. The point is that you take what you need and you leave what you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a good, you know, it's a good commitment to give yourself this month, that I'm going to make sure I give myself my time that I need. That's great. But know that what you need comes in different forms every day.
Yes.
How about you, Rebecca?
Well, yeah, my month's been a bit chaotic and completely the unexpected has come up and stuff, but I'd say the accountability of having this group, like whilst everything was kind of literally blowing up to pieces in front of me, yes, there was a week where I didn't check in or anything like that, but the opportunity to know that, right, back on it Monday and start of Monday and check in and just see how you go. And even as I'm like going into this next week where I won't physically be able to do a lot of stuff, I'm like, I might just join on, like log on and like linger in the background, just because it's like that connection as well of having with other people. And yeah, so that accountability I think has been really helpful for me and my mindset in this month. And I'd also say that in terms of like when we do the breathing stuff and the meditation, like that's been really helpful to me. And as I go into like the next few days where I am obviously anxious and not quite sure of how I'm going to feel and stuff, being able to breathe. And even when in that moment when I woke up and I couldn't like stand up, I was like, just breathe. And that for me, I think it's probably been like the biggest thing is like, Rebecca, you can still breathe. You can breathe through it and just keep working like that. And so I think, yeah, there's a couple of different aspects for me. It's obviously been quite an unusual month, but definitely having that accountability and coming back and able to check it back in with the group has been really valuable.
And that's it as well. It's having that sense of accountability is what we all need in some way or another, whether that's you know, accountability within ourselves or as part of like a bigger community, or you know, both. It is just knowing that if you've committed to something for yourself and you know that other people are showing up for themselves as well, and you end up showing up for each other, and it is that thing of it's accountability, and it is a feeling of, you know, right, I am gonna log on today, and even if I am just, and anyone can do this because this is fine, we've all done this, even if it is a case of I'm knackered and I'm lying in bed and I have no energy to do anything, or I'm not able to do anything, I'm gonna log in anyway, because actually just being a part of it is nice. I feel like I'm still taking part. I feel like I'm part of this community. I enjoy being a part of this community. So, you know, I think again, it's that take what you need and leave what you don't. And I would absolutely say, like, if you're, you know, a couple of days after your operation or next week or whatever, you're like, I'm gonna log on. I can't do anything, but I'm gonna log on because actually I'm a part of it. And also then you're watching it, but your mind is taking part, and the mind is so powerful. And I'm really learning that if you can go somewhere in your mind, your body will take you there. Like you can go there physically, and it's just about how you then make that connection and build that connection to then want to go there physically, right? So yeah, log in, linger in the background.
Impressed.
Be a part of it. Do it. Why not? Yeah. And it is part of being of something. It's about being part of something bigger than just yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Huge. And I think we all need that connection so much, whether it's in person, online, or both, you know. So I'm glad that you're, you know, it sounds like you're becoming more like conscious and more purposeful, not just in what you're doing physically, but like with what you're doing for yourselves, with your self-care and for your mental well-being as well, which is like, that's amazing for me to hear that at the end of the second month, because that's really like what I was hoping for all along. So it's really nice to like hear that that is what's coming through so quickly, because that means that this is working and I'm doing my job properly. So that's good to know.
That's your appraisal done for this month.
That's my appraisal done. Thank you. So today we are going to I'm going to take you through a breathing practice. I don't know if you can like hear that water behind me, but it is just the nicest sound. We're going to come into our breath work. We're going to do our opening circle for the month, and I'm going to leave you to take some time to journal on your own today. I'm conscious that the journal for this month hasn't gone up yet, and I apologize for that. It will go up today. So you can use the prompts obviously in the previous months and then copy it across, you know, in your own time. But we're going to come into a pranayama practice just to really get us set up for this month and for today and this week, because this month is all about again, we're furthering that exploration of opposing energies that reside within us. So we're kind of building on last month's exploration of hatha yoga, and we are going to be exploring kind of taking flight and finding our courage, in particularly our morning practices, and then in that evening practices we're going to be exploring that slowing down. We're going to be exploring yin in our yoga, so we're going to bring elements of that into everything that we do online. So we're going to start off our magical morning today really focusing on taking flight in particular, and finding our courage. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position, whatever that may feel like for you, and just take a moment, get comfortable, close off the eyes, and if it helps, bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and take a moment to notice where the breath is landing and how it's feeling. Just really identifying where we feel resistance, where we feel ease, where we feel comfort and discomfort. And as always, not altering the breath just yet. Taking a moment after the weekend, after the previous month, to reconnect. Even though you're not physically with me here in Wales, you can see this gorgeous scenery behind me. So allow yourself to imagine physically being here. As you slowly connect to your breath, eyes are closed. You can smell the fresh, clean air. You can hear the birds singing. The River Dee as it flows down, the horseshoe falls behind. Sat on green grass. And it's cool. There's a fresh breeze, but the sun is warm and the sky is blue. We sat in a circle on the grass, surrounded by trees, forestry, beautiful gardens. You can hear the world continuing on around you. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale with a sigh. And then we bring our hands just out in front of us, as if we're playing the piano. We've done this before. And our left hand, we turn the palm to face up. So our right hand is palm down, left hand is palm up. And then we take our arms out to the side. We sat in this circle, all of us connecting with our energy and our prana, breath. Not physically connected, but we're close enough. Your hand directly, the left hand directly underneath my right. My left directly underneath your left. We're in this circle, completely connected. And as we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, we feel that flow of energy around us. With every inhale, we breathe in courage and strength.
Sorry.
With every exhale, we breathe out stress, anxiety, and worries and fears. Our stress keeps us in the past, our worry keeps us in the past. Our anxiety and our fears keep us too far in the future. So as we breathe in, we bring ourselves ever more into this present moment, because that is all we know to be true. As we breathe here and stay connected, we know that whatever we can think of as our future, there is a million different ways that our future can pan out, and every single one of those versions exist. It's up to us to choose which one we want. It's up to us to have courage to choose the one that maybe feels completely unreachable, maybe feels scary. Do we want to stay where it's safe, where it's comfortable? Do we want to take a risk, take a leap of faith, be courageous and take flight? Visualize all of the versions of yourself that could possibly be in the future. It doesn't matter how far in the future. It could be tomorrow, next week, next year, 10 years. Which version of you do you want to be? You're probably thinking about how will I get there? It doesn't matter. It's not your job to think of the how. It's your job to think of the what. And let the rest take care of itself. And be open. Be open to the belief that it can be real. And allow yourself to fall into that, to lean into that. Feeling that flow of energy continuing to circulate around us. Take a deep inhale through the nose, breathe in that fresh air. And as you exhale through the mouth with a sigh, bring both palms to face away from you, in towards the circle. Bringing all of that energy in towards the center. So it's almost like your fingertips are touching the person next to you. And then slowly start to bring those hands in front of you, palms towards one another, palms facing. Not touching. Gather up all of that energy. Feel it start to bubble. Feel how close you can get your palms without them touching. Maybe they can be really close. Maybe you can't get much closer at all. Feel that energy ball full of all its opportunity, courage, risk-taking, flight. It's all that's in there. Joy, happiness. And slowly start to bring those palms closer and closer together. You may feel resistance because there's a lot of energy here. You've got to compact it down. We're not making that energy smaller in the sense of it being less than. Just bringing it closer together, compacting it down. Till our palms come closer together and they touch. Start to rub the palms together. And then bring those palms to rest, one on top of the other at your heart center, taking all of that energy into your heart. Stay focused on the breath here. Stay focused on that visual of yourself, that vision of yourself in the future. The version of you that you want to be. The only thing that's stopping you from being that version of you is you. And your ego. So give yourself permission to be that person. To listen to your soul a little bit more and have your ego work for your soul. As opposed to you working for your ego. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale. Take 2 more here. And back to your natural rhythm of breathing. And then releasing those hands, bring them over the eyes. Feel that energy flow into your eyes, all the way around your body, connecting with that energy at your heart center. Feel it resonate. And as you take a few moments here to breathe, cultivate within yourself an affirmation that you can take into the rest of your month for how you're going to take flight this month. In what ways will you be courageous? How will you lean into being the person that you truly want to be? Keeping the eyes closed, start to draw the hands away. Place them one on top of the other at your heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale everything out with a sigh. And gently flicker open the eyes when you're ready. And take a moment to come back into the present moment. And really, I want to just leave you with just a couple of things to consider for when you do come to your journal this morning or today, but also throughout the week. It really is about courage this month, you know, exploring those opposing energies within us, and really, you know, giving ourselves permission to take more of a risk on ourselves, which can be scary. So I really encourage you to consider and think about the ways in which you can bring yourself back into the present moment when you notice that you are leaning into feelings of anxiety, worry, stress, fear. What techniques, what methods can you use that work for you, that will bring you back into the present moment and allow you to anchor back to that version of yourself that you want to be? And how as well can you start to build a relationship with your ego where it serves your soul? Because we're always led to believe that our ego is bad, right? You know, and I don't mean ego as in like, oh, that person's really egotistical and cocky. I mean as in like, our ego is there to serve us in a sense of survival, you know, and it's very much a needed thing, of course. It's our ego that tells us you can't do that. That's too risky. Stay here where it's comfortable, where it's safe, right? And that can serve us in certain situations. That's not a bad thing, but it can hold us back from taking risks on ourselves and stepping out of our comfort zone. And our comfort zone will only ever get bigger the more we step out of it, right? It won't get smaller, it will just get bigger. So I really encourage you this month to consider the ways in which you can have your ego work for you, work for your soul, as opposed to you working for your ego. So that you are stepping out of your comfort zone, and so that you are leaning more into, again, that person, that version of you that you want to be. So have a think about that over the next month, journal it out, and sit with it in those moments when you do have time for you. And I will see you tomorrow for Pilates, where we'll be back in my living room. If anyone has anything that they want to share, please do unmute yourselves, and please do share. But I hope that you found that helpful this morning, and I hope that you did come into Wales with me as well. So if either of you do have anything that you would like to share, I'll unmute you, so you can. sorry, I'm doing this from my phone, so I'm really limited as to what I can see without me being off the camera. But yeah, I hope that you did. I hope that you felt like you were here. I hope that you did.
I did. I needed that, Sam. Well, thank you.
My pleasure. I'm glad. I'm going to take lots of photos. I'll share them in the group, in the members app, so you can keep coming back to this little pocket of paradise throughout your day and see even more greenery. But yeah, if anyone has anything they want to share or any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for Pilates, where we will be taking flight and leaning into our sense of courage a little bit more. Rebecca, when do you go into hospital?
Wednesday morning.
Okay. So will we see you tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I'm planning to join tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fab. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow, and then we'll miss you on Wednesday, but we will see you when you're back.
Yeah. Cool. Have a safe journey home.
Thank you. Have a lovely rest of the day, both. I will get the journal for this month up in the next 20 minutes. So I apologise for my tardiness with that, but it will be up in the next 20 minutes. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Take care. Stay well.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.